Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. It's Russell Sponge here, also on my main channel, Spongy T. And we're here to talk about the Monday Night Raw after Mania review. I know it's a little delayed. It'll probably come out hopefully Tuesday night. Um, I've been very busy, super duper busy, as you guys can tell. I just want to talk about the Raw after Mania. Um, So yeah, let's get right to it. Raw after Mania kicked off with John Cena coming out doing his blank entrance. Very blank entrance. I do love the Trons. It's really funny, the blank Trons. But yeah, nothing very special. He cuts a promo just, you know, hating on the fans and calling them toxic, a toxic relationship, calling him out for booing Cody but on Sunday, the previous night as well, when he had getting the overguard on Cena. And this is what I'm talking about, and then he raises the belt. He's gonna lift the belt up. Oh, and you know what's funny too? When he lifted the belt up when he first made his entrance, my wife said that she couldn't stop laughing. I was making cookies and I heard her laughing, and she's like, "He just got a crazy amount of pyro for no reason," and he just poses there for a good minute, and we got like a bunch of pyro. I had to rewind and look at it, and just no expression, just with the belt up in his hands. I thought it was funny. And he goes on a big tirade on how he's going to ruin wrestling and how there's only 27 appearances left and that time is ticking fast. Not matches, appearances, is what he said. So he says he's going to take the belt with him. He's retiring with the belt, and that they're going to have to make a new belt because he's leaving with that belt and he's going to be the last champion. So I'm really curious what they're going to do with that. If they're really going to do that, or if he's going to drop the belt, gain the belt, back and forth. But now to the moment I was talking about, he goes up there and Randy Orton comes from behind. He says, "Take your phones out. This is gonna be a great moment that you'll never forget as your champion." And Randy Orton comes from the back and RKO Cena. So Randy grabs a belt. The people are going crazy. They're singing his song, and that was seen. I'm excited to see them fight again. For the first time ever, Randy's the face and Cena's the heel, which is insane and different. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun to do and watch and see. Following this was Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan and Rochelle in a rematch from last night, which this match was better than the match at Mania, but to me, Lyra and Becky lost. Lyra took the pin, but I feel like they should have lost at Mania and had Becky turn heel at Mania would have felt more special. But it's whatever, I guess. They had a decent match. It was better than the one on the previous night. And Lara wasn't fighting back because she was just in shock and disbelief. But I don't really care. Becky Lynch, I don't like Becky Lynch anymore. And she should just go away. And I would rather have seen it better at Mania than there. Whatever. Following that, the New Day come out with their tag belt, celebrate. Then they get interrupted by Alpha Academy challenging them for a match. And as the match is going to start, I hate Death Rebel, but Rusev makes his return. I'm excited. He's jacked. He looks in great shape. He's just bald now. But yeah, Rusev came and destroyed Alpha Academy and destroyed Otis, and he made his presence known that he's a heel and he's a badass and he's ready to destroy and come in and to conquer. So yeah, welcome back, Rusev. Following that, we come back to Io Sky making her entrance to the ring. We go to commercial break. She cuts a heartfelt promo celebrating her victory, thanking everyone, and everyone's showering her with love. And then Stephanie Vaquera's music hits, and the people go wild. And they're sitting in the ring, NXT champion to Raw Women's champion. And Stephanie says how respectful she is to her, and how she is respectful to Io, and how she's congratulating Io. And then she says that she's the best when Stephanie's around. She's on top. So she challenges her to a respectful one-on-one match on Raw. And my wife is literally all excited because she loves Stephanie and Io. We both love Stephanie and Io. And man, that was a fun match to watch. It was good as they did it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was. I told my wife. I said this is gonna be a DQ. There's no way there's gonna be a good clean finish with this match. And yeah, I was right. It was Julia and Roxanne Perez who interrupted mid-match. They take out Stephanie. They take out Io, and then Rhea Ripley comes out for the save. Takes out Julia. No, Julia and her have a standoff. Takes out Roxanne. Basically, literally grabs her like a toy and tosses her aside. They have a stare down. They leave. Rhea grabs the belt and passes it down to Io like a pass down the torch. And man, that was a cool segment. That was a lot of fun. And I'm excited to see what's next for Io. And I wonder what they're gonna do with Rhea. There was no Bianca Belair, so I'm curious to see if they're gonna end the feud there, or they're gonna continue, or what is that. So there's that. Um, After this, it was one of my least favorite segments of the night. Jey Uso comes out, long entrance, super long, over dragged, and he does a weak celebration promo. I'm not a fan of this at all. I'm just letting you know. But Sami Zayn comes out, and I'm like, oh my god, this is entertaining. Sami Zayn's here. He's back from his injury, and so he comes and congratulates Jey Uso. And my whole thought, I was like, he's gonna turn on Jey Uso. He's gonna turn on him. He's gonna turn on him. He's gonna kick him in the balls. It felt like it, but no, that didn't happen. Jimmy comes out. They celebrate and they just dance for too long on my time. So that was that. I might get this wrong, but up next was Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, and I think there's only three matches on this card, which is surprising. There was only three matches, so yeah, Dominic versus Penta was a fun match. Dominic comes out to Judgment Day, but and Penta looked really good as always. He hits his Mexican Destroyer, all that, takes the lead. Dominic takes the lead, but then the Judgment Day get involved. Carlito's down there, and then JD McDonough makes his return. He causes Penta distraction, and then he hits a 619 on Penta. 1, 2, 3, they retain, but Finn is there, and he's kind of like, I'm waiting for that damn turn. I'm tired of the Judgment Day. It's dead. It's getting dragged. They need to let it die, please. But they're all champions now. Liv and Rochelle are champions, and Dom is a champion. Now they just need tag belts. So, other tag belts, men's tag belts. Then we go to commercial break and we come back, and Gunther is yelling at Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. He's mad as hell that, they cheer on Jey Uso and never cheered him on. And then he grabs Michael Cole and throws him around, and Pat McAfee's coming into defense, and then Pat McAfee gets slapped around by Gunther, and Gunther's choking him out, and he looks like a damn blueberry. And they get them separated, and his entourage is trying to help him out, and the security's splitting him up, and then, yeah, like Gunther finally lets go, goes away, and this went on for way too long. Pat McAfee's selling was fire, but he went on for way too long. They went on air for too long. He's over there, like, okay, you got your oxygen back, you are fine. Come on, Pat, just take a walk. And then Michael Cole has his little, I'm not going to stand up to a bully, blah, 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 this and that. And then he goes back to the show after they tell him to take the day off. And then Joe Test. Yeah, Joe Test is in the commentary. I wish Corey Graves. I love Joe Test too. I've been a fan of Joe Test since he got there. But yeah, Corey Graves, I would like to see him back there, but I guess not. And then after this was the main event segment. Finally, we figure out why Paul Heyman turned. I guess they got us. Seth and Paul make their entrance. Seth comes out there and says, I am the revolutionary, I am the visionary, I'm the blah, blah, blah. And then CM Punk comes out and they start brawling, but then he takes out Seth, but then he focuses attention on Paul, but then Seth underguards him and takes him out, stomps him, and then they do the shot like it's going to end. And I'm like, no way they ended this Raw. I look at my wife and I'm like, no way they ended this Raw like that. That's so bad. But then Roman's music hits because they put the executive produced like there was a show was ending. Roman's music hits. He comes down the ring, spears Roman. Superman punches Paul Heyman, and then Braun Breaker with the most dominant, amazing spear that I've ever seen in my entire life. Spears Roman Reigns, and now it's a new faction between Seth, Braun, and Paul Heyman, and I think there's gonna be more people. I could be wrong, but I'm excited to see what this. I'm hooked onto this. This is like the Authority 2.0 or something new, you can say, but I am hooked onto this. I'm excited. I'm not excited that Seth and Punk are gonna be feuding still, but we're gonna see Roman and Reigns and Punk working together against this. But I also want to see where this is going to go. Are they going to dominate the Monday Night Raw scene? But I don't know. But overall, I had fun with this Monday Night Raw. Let me know what you guys thought about this Raw. It was a good Raw after Mania. Last year's was more emotional with Cody taking up the hour and getting congratulated for the world title belt. And I'm pretty sure Cody's going to get a break and he'll be back mid-summer before SummerSlam, middle of the year. I'm excited. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed Raw, let me know what you guys thought. I personally give it a B. A B minus of a show. There could have been more matches. So there's that. There's only 3 matches, but I'm excited to see for next week to see what happens with Orton and Cena. So if you guys like my video, like my review, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and share around and let me know what your guys' thoughts in. So yeah, see ya. Have a great one and take care.